welcome back to another episode of A Tad Bit Older. My name is Pearl.
And I'm Juliet.
And we are your hosts. Welcome back. It is Thursday, midweek.
Mm-hmm.
We decided to join you guys and just kind of see what happens. See how your week's going.
A little pop out.
Little hey, Jasmine. We're here. We just talked to you 2 days ago, but hopefully you miss us. And we just wanted to check in, see how you guys are doing. And it was kind of like a rough week for me because I wasn't feeling good.
Oh my gosh, you weren't.
I didn't put no content out.
Yeah.
I was sick. I missed work.
I know.
It was not. I don't like being sick.
I know.
I was so out
I didn't like you being sick. It made me sad. I was like, oh.
But you, oh God, you totally took care of me.
I mean, I tried.
Because I went into work. I mean, I went into work on the day that I was sick so that I could get IV fluids and some medicine.
Yeah.
And the whole time I was there, dude, I was freaking the fuck out.
Oh my gosh, her anxiety was like at, I don't know, where was
10.
it at the meter?
It was above. It was out of 10.
It was pretty up there.
And we talked about our anxieties on here before.
Yeah.
And Juliet knows. She has seen me be anxious, and she knows how crazy I get because we have very similar.
We do. I think
anxieties, the way it affects us.
Yeah.
But our coworkers had never seen me in that state.
I mean, I think they've seen a taste of it.
Yeah.
But not
that's
full
true.
blown.
That's true. And I was like,
yeah.
Just so in my head, the IV went in, I was like, oh my God, I could taste it. Which, okay, I'm a nurse, duh. And the nurse was like, yeah, you can taste it.
You could taste the
and
vitamins.
then I was like, okay. And then Juliet's around the corner working, and I'm like, Juliet.
I know.
She's like, yeah. I'm like, I know, I feel really hot. And she's like, no, dude, that's the bees they gave, because there was a bunch of vitamins and B12 and shit. And she's like, no, that's normal. It's supposed to feel hot. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, I feel like my throat is getting scratchy. I was like, I think I'm having a reaction. And Juliet's
you're like, no, you're not.
She's like, dude, just relax, drink some water. And I was like, okay. And then everyone would leave and go work, and I was just sitting.
Well, I would come and check up on you. I'm like.
And then she was trying to distract me. She'd stand there and be like, oh, did I tell you about this? And I'm like,
no, I saw your face. I was like, oh my
Juliet.
God, it's not working. Her face was just like,
yeah, it's like a deer
with headlights. Yeah.
It was, and then she's like, once the IV's done, I've had this IV, you're gonna feel great, trust me.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, you know what, your nerves are you're very anxious, you should let her give you something for your anxiety. And I was like, no. And she's like, dude, I'm telling you, take it. I've had it. And the nurse practitioner's like, I can give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, fine, because I'm shaking. My anxiety is so bad. And because I don't know about you guys, but my health triggers my anxiety. So anytime I'm sick or have an abnormal lab or I have to have a procedure.
Well, because you're a hypochondriac.
I mean, I wouldn't define myself as a hypochondriac. Why are you always labeling me?
You are. First, I'm a hypochondriac.
Google the definition of
okay, you're not
please.
you're not like the mom, the movie with the, what is her name? What is her name?
Google it.
Hypo.
What mom?
The lady that the
no,
daughter.
That's Munchausen syndrome.
Oh, that is
where
Munchausen.
You want your kids
similar,
to be
no?
sick.
Tomato.
No. Now
kidding.
I got Munchausen's.
I'm kidding.
Just labeling me. I was a hoarder.
Okay, first of all, it says a hypochondria. It's a chronic mental illness that causes people to have an intense long-term fear of having a serious illness.
I mean, with
so
that,
you spend so much time worrying that it starts to take over your life.
That's you.
I don't think it takes over my life.
But that is a hypochondria.
If I was at the doctor every day, getting blood tests, and then I would say yes.
But if you could, you would.
If you could, you would.
Why do you think I work for a nurse practitioner? I have full
You
access
could.
to her. No, I think I'm borderline hypochondriac.
Okay, because I am.
Yeah.
I mean, I can get there.
I can get there. I wouldn't say that's my day to day.
Well, it's not. It's
Okay.
not, but you can.
That's true. Okay,
You can.
I'll accept that.
Yeah. So I am part-time.
I'm sitting there being a hypochondriac, thinking of all these things, what if it's this? What if it's that? What if it's this? So then I finally agree to let them give me something for my anxiety. and it's through my IV, and the nurse practitioner is giving it to me, and she's talking to me while it's going in, and I'm talking back to her, and then all of a sudden I'm like,
whoa, you feel dizzy.
I felt weird. I felt dizzy. And I was like, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. And she starts fanning me. She's like, you're not gonna pass out. Breathe in through your nose. I'm like, no. Like, I'm starting to get like kind of anxious talking about it, because I was like,
no. Oh my God.
And then I didn't feel good. I was like,
you guys, she did not feel good. Most of the time she's like super dolled up, like her hair is done and like her makeup, and she's all put together. But this day,
her daughter, like,
she said it, she's a shapeshifter. That day for sure she was a shapeshifter. I was like, yeah, she
Juliet's
does not
daughter,
feel good.
They pulled up next to me in the morning, because me and Juliet, we parked next to each other in the morning, and we parked next to each other in the afternoon, and we have our little chats before school, and we have our chats after school. And her daughter pull up next to me, and her daughter was like, what? She took a triple take. She's like, oh my God, I didn't recognize you, Pearl. She goes, I thought we were parked next to the wrong car. She
really did. She didn't think it was you.
I was so...
Yeah, she did it. And then she had like a little bun, like on the top of her hair.
The messiest bun, no bra.
And then her mascara's all smudged. I was like, oh no.
I was
she
throwing
feels
up. I was
sick.
The worst throw up person ever.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't do throw up either.
She'll be in the restroom and we're all just like...
That was when I had strep throat.
She's like, yeah.
I was dry.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God.
Are you the type, so if you start throwing up, you can't stop?
Yeah. That's why I went in, because I couldn't stop. So,
yeah. Okay,
let's take a quick poll. If you could have nausea and vomiting, or diarrhea, what do you want?
That's a no-brainer.
What do you want?
Diarrhea.
Yeah, I would say diarrhea.
I would take diarrhea.
Me too.
Any day.
Yeah,
nausea,
I would take
vomiting,
diarrhea
like
for sure.
Diarrhea. Like,
yeah.
Like water?
You have no sphincter, so it leaks into your pants.
Oh,
Is
like
it called a sphincter?
Yeah, I would rather shit my pants than have nausea and vomiting.
You know what? I agree. I will too. Because if I start throwing up, at least my ass will burn for a little bit. But like throw up, I can't.
I cannot.
I can't do throw up.
So the hypochondriac in me is afraid that I'm gonna like aspirate on my vomit.
See?
No.
I'm afraid, because you know how it comes up.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't come. It just comes up to that point and goes back down. I'm like trying to like choke it up, because I'm afraid I'm gonna.
I got a caveat to that. What do you think the public will accept more? Shit or throw up? Like, do they feel bad for you because you're throwing up?
I don't know,
because I seen an old man shit in a dealership before, and it was all the way to the bathroom.
Oh,
and
no.
People were stepping in it and slipping in it. They were smelling it. And it
was like water.
Yeah.
It's just like liquid.
And he went in there and it was a problem, because that's like...
Oh, it wasn't like dingleberries, like...
No, I feel like the public would accept more your vomit, because you can do that in a trash, or you can do that in a bag.
But you're sick.
And you're sick. No, but I'm saying like vomiting.
Vomit stinks though.
I'm sorry, you can shit. You can throw up into a bag, a trash can, on the side of the road, and it'll evaporate. But I feel like shit.
But if you throw up in a car, though, you cannot get that shit out.
Okay.
It penetrates.
It's a wrap on the day, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because you can throw up and not get it on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, me, personally, I would rather have diarrhea, but I think the public prefers...
Let's move on.
Yeah.
We digress.
All right.
Anyways, I was sick. And my anxiety was through the roof, and Juliet helped
She didn't shit, just
so
if you wanted to know. She didn't have the shits, guys. She just had throw up, just in case you were wondering.
And I was so sick this week, and I was like, I was so irritated, because I was like, I have so much stuff to do. I mean, you guys heard on Tuesday my drive time. I don't have time to be sick. I do not.
Moms don't have time to be sick.
Dads do.
Yeah.
I do?
Yeah, you guys like.
But dads are like the most wimpy sick people.
What? That's crazy.
Will Matt said to me this morning, my kidneys hurt, and I was like, your kidneys hurt? Tell me more. You know, I'm a nurse. I'm like, is this a kidney infection? Do we got a UTI? Like, are we in renal failure? Like, what is happening? He's like, well, I slept on a pillow all night, so I think it's from that. I'm like, okay, does your kidney hurt, or is your back sore? I don't know. Like, why don't men ever know? It's so vague. You guys do not know your bodies.
It's because I'm so strong and muscular. I don't know.
That's such a lie.
Oh my gosh. Ivan doesn't either. He's not like in tuned with his body sometimes. But he's just like, oh, something hurts, and then
we never were taught like how to do that.
Keeps it going.
I can accept that.
Yeah, but we're different though. We're built different. We're like, we have a headache.
Something's wrong.
Oh, my pinky's hurting. Yeah. My nail feels weird.
No. So yeah, my hypochondriac.
Because I'm like that.
If my kidney were to hurt, like you said, I wouldn't jump off the deep end. Like, my logical part, and maybe the nurse in me is like, okay, let's assess this real quick. Do I have a UTI? Does it burn? You know, I'd start going through all my symptoms, and I'd rule all that out and be like, let me take Tylenol, ibuprofen. If that makes it go away, then it's probably just a muscle issue. If I do all that and it doesn't go away, then like, and I have a fever maybe and some whatever. But like, this guy's like, my kidney hurts. And what else? I don't know. I probably slept on a pillow. Like, I'm like assessing him. Like, is it sore or does it hurt?
You know what? I don't have time to think about it.
That's such a lie.
So like,
you have also, all the time. I don't have time.
That's funny you say that. But also in my truck when I'm driving, I'm bouncing around a lot. And back in the day when we didn't have shocks in big trucks, they were called kidney busters. Like, your kidneys would legit be sore because you're like,
okay, well then start there. But why?
Say it's my truck's fault?
Yeah, why do men like you guys are just babies about everything. It's so dumb. I hate it when you get sick.
Ivan too, he gets like a headache and then he's like, I have a headache.
I never
and I'm
get
just
headaches.
like, I never get headaches. And I'm like,
this is really weird that I have a headache. And
you might be dehydrated.
I'm like, take Tylenol, drink water, you're good. But I don't think I fully recovered probably until like Friday by the end of the week.
It took you a minute.
It took me the whole week to finally feel back to
down.
myself.
You were out for the season for sure.
I did, yeah. We didn't even get to do our chats every day. I didn't see you.
I know. I let you rest too. I was like, I'm just going to give her some space. Let her rest.
She did call me once and I was like resting and she's like, bitch, you are sick because you didn't take my call.
I was like, yeah, you're sick. And then I wanted to just check up on you and you weren't answering. I was like,
I know the first day that I was sick after I came home from getting like my IV and everything, I came home and I rested for like hours. And then I was sitting there and I was like, no one even checked on me. Like,
and then you saw the missed
calls. And then I looked, I was like, oh, my ringer's off. And I had like missed calls and messages from like Juliet and my coworker, my boss, and my mom and my dad. And so then I was like, okay, people do that. But because of that, like, I ended up taking my kids out of school early twice this week.
Yeah, you did.
And I kind of felt...
Yeah, you did.
And then put it on her. This is the last time I'm
I was like, this is the last time. Do not ask me again. But
no, oh my God. It wasn't and just because of you pulling your kids out.
Yeah.
My daughter texts me today and she's like, can you get me out of school early? I'm like, why? What's going on?
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm like, we're all tired. I'm like, am I getting pulled out of work early? No. So I was like, it's Friday. Just
that's a good
wait it out.
Yeah, that's like a good segue into our topic of like, what's your parenting style? Like, how lenient are you with your kids? Are you super strict?
Yeah.
Do you like hover over them? Are you like
a helicopter parent?
And I think, I don't know. So let me share.
Yeah, share for the styles.
Share who we are, like what we think we are. There are several styles. There is an authoritative parent, which is a balanced approach where parents set high expectations, but also provide support and responsiveness. Authoritative parents enforce rules, but are also empathetic and open to discussion.
With the kid.
With the child.
Okay.
This is an authoritarian parent, which is high demands with low responsiveness. Authoritarian parents enforce strict rules and expect obedience without much flexibility or open dialogue.
So your kid can't say shit to you.
Right. It's like my way or the highway.
My way or the highway.
Permissive parenting is characterized by high responsiveness and low demands. Permissive parents are lenient, allowing considerable freedom with minimal discipline or rules. Neglectful parenting. This style features low responsiveness and low demands.
I think we all know what that is.
Yeah, we don't need to go through all that one. Positive parenting focuses on nurturing and affirming children while setting clear and reasonable expectations. Positive parenting encourages respectful communication and provides guidance without harsh discipline. There's one more. Helicopter parenting involves excessive involvement in children's lives, often characterized by micromanagement and overprotectiveness. Helicopter parents closely monitor and control their children's activities and decisions. Wait, there's two more. Free-range parenting encourages independence and self-reliance by allowing children to explore and make decisions with minimal intervention. This style supports children in navigating their own experiences with appropriate levels of supervision. And then the last one is attachment parenting. Emphasizes forming a strong emotional bond through practices such as co-sleeping, extended breastfeeding, and responsive caregiving. It focuses on meeting children's emotional needs to build trust and security. I feel like
I'm helicopter for sure.
Really?
No, I don't think you're helicopter.
Well, when it comes to her sports,
you don't micromanage her though.
Oh, that's true.
It says
when she's playing sports though, I'm on her. Like, and
that's different though. I feel like
that is that. I think that is different.
I feel like I'm a positive parent, which focuses on nurturing and affirming children while setting clear and reasonable expectation.
Yes.
It encourages respectful communication, provides guidance without harsh discipline. The impact of positive parenting says it promotes a supportive and healthy parent-child relationship, contributing to positive emotional development and behavior.
What does the helicopter say?
The helicopter says the impact it has is children might struggle with autonomy and resilience, potentially feeling overwhelmed and inadequately prepared for independent and problem solving. And then I think we're a little bit of like authoritative, like a balanced approach where we set expectations, but we also provide support. I think in some ways we're a little bit of
it depends too.
On the situation.
Because you're a little bit of everything. If you think of, well, not like the
neglectful,
not the neglectful part, or like the.
Because I feel like
I think at times you can be neglectful to a kid. Like if you get busy in a week, like it doesn't mean you're the whole time of the childhood, but you could be.
No, let's talk about like for the most part.
Oh.
Like obviously, yes, from day to day. You might be like, yeah, we don't need to take showers and do homework tonight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Or like, hey, I'm going to let you guys go home and decide in what order you want to do like chores and homework and shower. Like
I've actually done that before. But
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think overall, I would say you and I are more like the positive and a little bit of authoritarian.
Right.
Because we do have expectations.
Do, yes.
What about you, Juliet?
I think I'm positive for sure. And I don't know about the authority one because I'm pretty laid back. Ivan's more, Daddy's more like that. I'm more like pretty chill about things, or I don't know. Let me see I think it was the second one.
Like go tell her something. Like he does it on his own.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he does this thing.
Authoritarian, permissive, neglectful, positive, helicopter, free range.
What was the free range again?
Encourages independence.
You might be a little free range.
Yeah,
I think I'm probably free range.
Encourages independence and self-reliance by allowing children to explore and make decisions with minimal intervention. This style supports children in navigating their own experiences with appropriate levels of supervision. This type of parenting can foster confidence and problem-solving skills, though it requires a balance with safety concerns and appropriate boundaries. I feel like that's you.
Yeah, I think I would be a little bit of that too as well.
What about attachment parenting?
So attachment parenting sounds more of like when they were babies, like when they were newborns, because I would do
breastfeeding.
I would breastfeed. I breastfed for a very long time, for years, and then I would co-sleep with them.
We still co-sleep with our little one.
Yeah.
I love it. Like occasionally, if they didn't sleep so crazy, I would allow them to sleep with us more. But I kind of like when they sleep with us sometimes.
So only my little one comes to bed. The other two don't. But sometimes I need my space in my bed, and I explain to him that so does he.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that, but he needs the space too as
I
well.
love that.
Because I feel like he doesn't sleep as well if he sleeps between me and Ivan.
No, how can they? Yeah,
So
they get hot.
I tell him, and I'm like, but if you really need me,
Yeah.
think you can come to bed
Yeah.
or whatnot. But
I
yeah.
secretly love when my little Marley comes to our bed. I'm like, I love
but
my
there
kid.
is days that I do need him though.
I know.
There is days
Me
where I
too.
like want him right next to me, so I'll be like, it's okay, you can come to bed.
Yeah. Even my big
Yeah.
girl, I'll be like, go get your pillow, and then
Yeah.
you can lay with me for a little bit, and we'll watch a movie or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I feel like we're more positive, a little bit authoritarian, and then
Well, we don't ever get to sit down and eat at the dinner table mostly. So that's kind of our dinner table. Like we all lay in the bed and we chit chat, we all talk. She sits her feet facing us, like looking at us. And we sit on our headboard
Okay.
and we talk. We chit chat. We've even played Uno in our bed before. That's kind of like the meetup. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
Like the bedroom.
yeah, it's like comfy.
That's cute.
we get cozy.
Yeah.
But so that also, like this week, I took my girls out twice, and then last week we were like late for school.
Oh, yeah.
Because Juliet.
You were not feeling well. No, when we went
got
to coffee.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Juliet and I, we have about 45 minutes in between. Like,
Do we? I think it's shorter than that.
I mean, if we drop our kids off on time, about
Yeah.
45 minutes from drop off at the
Yeah.
school.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
We sometimes we go and get coffee with our girls, or we'll go get like Starbucks or something. And we were chatting and like having a nice morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, we kind of gotta go. Like, we're almost running out of time. And Juliet's like, oh no, it's fine. Like, it's
I did
guided
say that.
study. Like, it's like study hall.
I
You know,
did
they can
say
be late.
that.
And I was like, you're right. Because me and Juliet, and when it comes to school, we
Yeah.
are not strict in that way with our kids.
Yeah, I'm not strict
Like,
at all.
I don't, like, we agree that, like, we don't like homework. Like, a lot of homework. Like,
Oh my
yes,
gosh,
if
yeah.
my kid needs help in a certain subject, I agree they should come home and maybe brush up on that. But, like, we're very, like, we don't want them to come home and do a lot of
Yeah.
homework. I believe in mental health days. Like, if my
You
kid
do.
needs a mental
You do.
health
And I
day,
love that. I
yeah,
love that.
I will
that.
allow them like a day where they're like, you know what, I need a mental health
Mhm.
day, and I will let them stay home from school. And then I am pretty much good about picking my kids. Like if my little one, because she doesn't have access to me, but my older one, if she texts and says like, hey, I'm having a bad day, come pick me up.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, I will come get her, because like if I'm not feeling it at work, I will, like, I have that luxury to leave. So
Right.
kind of like don't.
Yeah.
So I feel like in that sense, I'm not strict about school. Like if my kid misses a day and she's late, like I'm not super strict about that. 'Cause-
Well, you already know me. I don't give a fuck. I'm always running late.
So
I'm
What
like,
is it that you don't give a fuck? Or
I mean, it's not that I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna show up. You either want me, I'm gonna
you
show up.
consistently late. So that's
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, I'm not always late, but I'm just not
There's nothing
like,
wrong with that.
I'm not always late. But if
She's like,
I'm
I'm
not always late. But if I'm late,
I'm late more than I'm.
I know,
on
and I
time.
guess it looks inconsiderate, and I'm just being rude because they're showing up late, but they're not that late.
Were your parents late?
Yeah, they were. So that's a
Really?
bad habit that I do get from my parents.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
My mom was always late.
Yeah.
I'm always on time.
But like I said, I'm not always late. I'm not always late. But when I'm late, I'm just like, okay, well, we're late.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do
That's
about
when
that.
your other side kicks in and you're just like, it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, it is what it is.
I just
mean,
read. I didn't read. Why did I say that? I saw something on TikTok that said.
I just read a book.
I just read something. I just heard something on TikTok.
My
where they-
friend told me.
Yeah.
Have you ever had
My
that?
friend on TikTok told me that it said, you will make your kids anxious if you're constantly telling them to hurry.
Oh, I know. You told me that.
And then,
Yeah, I was like, oh, that
like,
makes
if
sense.
you're like, hurry, go get your shoes. Hurry, we have to leave. Hurry, we gotta go. Hurry, get your breakfast. I fucking said that so many times this week, and it's
Yeah.
such a bad habit.
I always tell the girl.
I
that.
hate that, because
Yeah.
I told Julia, I'm like, but we're not really in a hurry.
I say
It's
that
just,
too.
like, a bad habit, I feel like.
I say that too. And then I'm like, well, when you told me, I was like, oh, yeah, it makes sense. So I was like, I won't be using that.
I try to be like laid back about it, but also I understand that like going to school and being there on time sets an expectation for like the workplace.
It does, yeah.
But I'm also not training my kids to be like worker bees.
I mean, they're not in the military. Right. They're just going to school.
Yeah, like I think they're giving some leniency. Like I do tell them.
We reevaluate a lot. How much do you think our parents did that?
Never.
I think they did reevaluate at certain ages, like maybe 50 or something. They probably reevaluated.
50? That's like
you
now.
Think so?
I'm just saying, like they.
I don't think my parents ever thought about. And the only reason why I do try to get my kids to school on time, my oldest doesn't care, but my little one, like,
because she likes being there early.
She likes being there early, but she was late the other day, and she said, "Mom, I was so embarrassed. I felt like everyone was looking at me when I got there late."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, honey, I'm so sorry," but I was sick that day, and I apologized. I was like,
"Yeah,"
and they were like, "Oh, Mom, it's okay. We hope they were really worried. They're like, we hope you feel better." But she did share later, like, I was embarrassed. She wasn't like, she wasn't telling me like you made me late, and I was embarrassed. She was just like, I was embarrassed today. I felt like everyone was looking at me.
Aww.
I know. So I try to be considerate of like them in that way. Like I said, my older daughter doesn't care. But when I was growing up, I was always late to school. Like I said in our other episode this week, like I was always changing schools. Like I don't I have great parents, but I don't think my mom ever considered like how it made me feel or
like changing like the inconsistent.
Yeah, the inconsistency. I don't think she ever considered that because I think our parents just thought, oh, your kids, you're resilient, you'll recover from this, versus like I actually like, our kids are especially your kids are so like good at speaking up for themselves.
Yeah, they are.
And so my kids will tell me how they feel. I mean, your daughter just told our kids tell us all the time, like, hey, you're being rude.
Yeah.
That hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
And then you say sorry.
Oh my God.
I never got apologies when I was a kid.
You know what? My mom was actually really good at saying I'm sorry. Like, even if like some of my friends are watching and like they've been through, like we've been friends for a long time, they even, because I remember even my friends would tell me like, oh my God, your mom says sorry. And I'm like, yeah. So I'm actually thankful that she was like that, because even my Ivan says it now. She's like, oh my God. She's like, even when she like bickers with you, she'll call you and she'll be like, you know what? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, okay.
My mom in this old like adult age, like probably over the last like 30, 20 years, maybe. Yeah. She has gotten better at saying sorry.
Sorry, yeah.
It's not recent. She's said sorry to me for a long time, but not as a child. She I don't ever remember getting an apology from her.
Yeah.
Or like one time my parents were late to pick me up for graduation. Like we graduated and we went to like a water park, an all-nighter, and I was the very last kid to get picked up. They forgot about me.
No.
And they didn't say sorry.
What they say?
Nothing.
They were drunk.
No, they weren't.
Oh, okay.
They were not drunk. I think they just overslept. But they didn't say sorry.
Oh, dang.
Or they might have been like, sorry, we're late.
If they would have came and said sorry, would you have accepted it right away, or would you have been mad at them?
Well, I was 17. I probably would have still been an attitude about it. But if they were in the habit of acknowledging where they messed up, I think I would have become more forgiving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like our kids, like when, like last night, my Matt was like so like rude with our oldest daughter, and she was like, Dad's being rude. Like, I don't want to talk to him. And then she was giving him attitude, and I was like, You're being rude to her. You hurt her feelings. Like, go say sorry to her. And he's like, oh, I didn't realize. But then I do tell my girls, like, Dad's tired, Mom's tired, we worked all day, like, we're hungry, like, we've been driving you around. So they are understanding of like,
but do you notice that if we're quick to say sorry, guess who's else quick to say sorry?
They are. Yeah, they do apologize pretty quickly when they've been mean to us.
I was going to talk about that's so funny that you're bringing up the whole sorry thing, because Ivan and I literally just had a conversation about, he's really bad at saying sorry. He's more of a actions type of person. Like, he's like, I don't want to hear it. I want you to show me.
That's
I want you to show me. So every time, like, when we talk, he's like,
don't say sorry.
Show me.
I never
show
want
me
people to say sorry to me.
So
just
I'm the funny part is like, I'm a big, I say sorry a lot and actually do mean it. Like, when I say my sorries, I genuinely, like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But my oldest, Zoe, she does not say sorry. She's like, she does something and then she's just like, And I'm like, you don't feel bad about it? She's like, I do. And I'm like,
she's like, I'm processing
so are you not gonna say sorry? She's like, I am. And then I'm like, and then she's like, but not right now. She's like, I'm gonna go think about it, and then I will be right back. And then she goes and like thinks about it or whatnot. Most of the time, like if she does things to me and I'm like, I wanna hear that sorry. But I think that's just, obviously that's just a me thing.
Ego, yeah.
That's just a me thing. Just because I say sorry all the time. But yeah, so me and Ivan were talking about that. We're like, I feel like everybody's like that though. Everybody wants to hear a sorry.
Not me. I want to hear. I want you to acknowledge that you messed up.
Right.
I don't need you to say sorry. I need you to acknowledge that you.
But by saying sorry at the same time, like I apologize that I was being a dick.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Not.
Not just like, I'm sorry that you're mad.
There we go.
That's not the same as
so
like,
I want to hear.
I was being an asshole.
I want to hear an apology too. Yeah. With acknowledgement as well. Yeah. But I want to hear it. Yeah. I want to hear you be accountable for what you just said and what you just did.
What you did. Yeah.
But Ivan's different. He's like, no, I want to see. I want to see the action. But I'm like, well, how about if this action takes me a whole fucking year?
Yeah.
Like, then you're not ever going to see it. Yeah. You're not going to see it now.
True.
So are you just going to hold a grudge? Like, we got to...
And, like, how I've gotten around that with him is I'll tell the girls to tell him, like, I apologize for what I did, and this is how I'm going to fix it in the future. Like, acknowledging where you messed up and how you're going to fix it. And then that shows him that action. Yeah. But for me, and I try, like, not to say sorry for things that I shouldn't be saying sorry for. Like, sorry I'm late versus thanks for waiting for me. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for your patience. Yeah.
I say sorry.
Because I'm not sorry that I'm late. Like
I actually always think about that.
I hate that.
You do?
I'll go, people are not even in my way, and I go, excuse me, sorry, I'm just coming through.
Oh, I say the same thing.
But it's just
I'm the same thing.
She gets so mad. Yeah. I'm like, why you say sorry to those people?
I say the same thing.
Or he'll be like,
I'm like,
sorry, can I get a little bit more ice with this? I'm like, why are you sorry? You didn't do anything wrong. Like, thank you for getting me more ice. But I say sorry too, actually. Because I'm like on a world tour to stop apologizing for things like that.
Yeah.
But the way people approach me and the way people approach you are different. Because I'm a male, I'm a man. I look more aggressive. So if I'm coming at you with more of a like, hey, I apologize for interrupting.
Versus like, hi, how are you?
Or if I'm like, I need milk with this. And they're just like, God damn. You know what I mean? It's just more overbearing.
Yeah, right.
I think it's good to have those boundaries and those teaching your kids to apologize. I mean, you have to model that behavior.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But
this was so good. I learned a lot.
Good. Yeah. I'm glad. I like to teach you things. But like we always say, let us know what your parenting styles are. If you resonate with any of those. Are you a little bit of everything?
Yeah. What are your styles?
If you're a neglectful parent, I want to know about it.
I want to know if you say sorry.
Yeah.
How do you apologize?
Yeah.
Is it just a generational thing? Like, sorry?
I think millennials are so good at like healing our trauma. Like, we want to break the cycle and do different.
Dealing with little Matt.
Yeah. Oh, little Pearl is like, poor thing. She's a work in progress.
Oh, yeah. So it's little Juliet.
She's just like...
She's getting there. She's getting there.
Hoping not to mess up my own kids, but... Well, we had fun on Thursday. Let us know if you
Thursday night.
Let us know
with my broken mic. But yeah.
Yeah, let us know if you guys enjoyed it. Let us know if you guys enjoyed chatting with us twice a week.
Thank you for being here again.
Yes.